What's up, you guys? I'm Alex J. Fisher, and welcome back to another adventure vlog. Alright, you guys, we're heading up to South Dakota for Christmas to spend time with family, but we are stuck in holiday traffic. Our flight's been delayed 3 hours, so we're sitting in the Denver airport with nothing else to do. But I heard that doing handstands in the airport is the new cool thing, so let's give it a go. I don't really know how to properly do a handstand, so let's hope I don't break my neck. Holy cow, you guys, it is chilly outside, but nonetheless, it is gorgeous and it's worth it. It's crazy how eerily quiet it is because everyone's inside since it's so cold. Even my humpug sweatshirt can't keep me warm. This is actually the same place that I metal detected during the summer. Oh my jaw, so cold, I can't even move it. Alright guys, so it is Christmas Eve today, and it is snowing outside, so that's pretty cool. Owen and I aren't really used to the snow most of the year, considering we live in Texas. But yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I've been out there, you can see my humpug shirt is sitting out there because it's made of a thick enough fabric that it is able to grab snowflakes, and I'm actually taking macro photos of snowflakes, so I'll put some of those in. But yeah, it's looking pretty sweet outside, isn't it? I don't know how easy it is for you guys to see those snowflakes, but they are coming down. Not super huge, but they are there. So here's all the snowflakes on my sweater, and it's amazing because, you know, you've probably heard before that no two snowflakes are exactly alike, but yeah, I'll get some close-ups in. The G7X isn't exactly strong when it comes to macro, but you might be able to see some of the shapes just by looking around. I know a lot of you guys probably aren't huge fans of snow, but it's pretty cool for me because I don't have to deal with it constantly. So it's fun every once in a while. Well, it is still snowing and it's been a few hours since it started. And as you can see, the snow levels are rising, covering up some bald patches that were visible earlier because there used to be a lot more grass visible. Looks like the rain got stopped on the way out. That is now one solid chunk of ice. Don't think you want to take a dip this time of year. So I'm sitting here in a playscape at a park that I used to play at a lot when I was little. And it is chilly, holy cow. But here is a tornado slide. Well, at least it's what I called it as a kid. There's this enclosed swirly slide, and I was terrified as it as my tongue is frozen. I was terrified of it as a child because the first time I went down with my legs and they got stuck and went over my head, so I was kind of folded and half stuck in there, and then my grandpa had to come in and pull me out. But it was hilarious. Now, looking back, it's terrifying then. So I didn't go on it for a while, and then finally I got the courage to go on down. Alright, you guys, I think it's safe to say that it's pretty cold outside today here in South Dakota, and it's gonna get even colder. The low for tomorrow is negative 21 degrees, which is pretty chilly, and the window is completely frosted over. I mean, you can't even see out of that. There's crystals all along, which looks pretty cool. But we're gonna be trying some experiments today in the cold weather, so let's get it going. So we're gonna be throwing some boiling water, not boiling anymore, but it's really hot, into the air, and this is a reaction called the Mbemba effect, which means that hotter water can freeze faster than colder water. So let's give it a go. Look at that. That's awesome. A bit of water did drip, so I'm gonna dry off the camera real quick, but hope you guys saw that. Now time for round two. For snow. I'm gonna stand back this time so that I don't get covered in water again. It's only a few drops, but still don't want to get my camera wet.
2, 1.
Woo! Look at that.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
3, 2, 1. Oh. Over here. And then one buried.
So why are you putting balloons in the snow?
Science. See which one will freeze the fastest.
One exposed to just air, one exposed to just snow, or one exposed to both. Now, on to the next thing. And now on to our next experiment, which is going to be blowing bubbles in sub-zero temperatures. Oop, there's some. Oh, they're going up.
That? I can see it frozen.
Hopefully one comes down. They're still coming down. Look at it go.
Oh, I dropped a stick.
See, that one's completely destroyed at this point. It just looks like a piece of plastic flying around because the bubble froze, and when it popped, just turned into this fragment here.
I like the bubble mix is freezing. I like the bubble stick is frozen.
Tastes the soapy. Ooh, that's a big one. Look at that go. This one. So you can see it's already frozen. Yeah, this one's rolling away. There it goes. See, it's not often you get to see bubbles roll around like glass balls with hamsters inside of them. Ooh, there's a stalagmite of ice.
Alex, look at that one. It's about to go above the house. Wait, no. Got it.
There's another one, look at that. That is a frozen bubble. And we'll catch it. Look at that, that is crazy. And there it goes, floating away again. It's frozen in time. This is so awesome. Ooh. Now, if you decide to try this in some warmer weather, and by warmer I mean like -2 to 5 degrees area, rather than super freezing like we are, they will freeze slower. And one thing that you can do is film them, and it looks like a time lapse as they freeze because they freeze so quickly. In this type of weather, they freeze so incredibly fast that you really can't get a good shot of them because they freeze before they even hit the ground, but they'll hit the ground and you can see the ice crystals start to form over them. And it's a real cool little sight. The complication now is that you can see ice crystals starting to form. Now if Owen blows into it, it's just so frozen at this point. So it's been about an hour and checking in on the balloons. This one that is insulated in the snow is still soft. There is some ice in there I can feel, but it has stayed warm because the snow insulates it just like an igloo does. You might think, wow, you're surrounded by snow, you're not gonna stay very warm, but it actually is better than being out in the open cold air.
Let's check out the one that's buried.
This one that is fully insulated is even more squishy. There's hardly any ice in there. We've got here the one that was sitting out on the pavement.
Oh, it just broke.
And that is completely solid, except for in the middle you can see there's some bubbles in there. That means it's got a crack. You can see there's a little crack, the bubbles going in. Go ahead and throw that balloon though. Go for it.
And I missed.
Wow. That only took an hour. Yep. So here we are, the spot that I like to spend time in the summer. It's a spillway. And usually I come out here with a net, catch lots of minnows, but I don't think I'll be catching any minnows today considering it is so chilly. But the water's not frozen here because it is running. I have to be really, really cold to get it to freeze. But it is frozen out there. There's some little tracks down there. One's got a piece of ice there. So I'm once again outside photographing snowflakes because it has started snowing, and I walk outside and believe it or not, it has warmed up to 17 degrees. So it is a little more pleasant to be photographing these snowflakes, but they do melt a lot faster, which is the downside. But I'll show you guys what it looks like outside. So we'll bring this little system that we got going inside, and I'll see if I can get you guys to be able to see some snowflakes on this camera rather than the macro lens. So I left the sweater outside for a few minutes, and that might have been a bit too long because it is completely coated in snowflakes. But I see some good ones already. So let's see if we can get the G7X to focus on these guys. This is about as close as I can get, but you can see like that guy right over there. You can see the shape, and once you get up there with the macro lens, it is something else. So I got out a notebook instead of a sweater because the sweater was pretty covered, And this allows me to isolate snowflakes a little bit better because the snow isn't as dense on this. Like, there's a pretty good one there. They are absolutely gorgeous. There's a different shaped one there, that's pretty cool. So I found a great opportunity to get some snowflake photos, and that is on windows. You could probably hear the wind howling behind me because we were standing outside looking in. There's a Christmas tree light. You can't even tell what it is because the macro lens really blurs things up. But unfortunately, what happens with my phone a lot is that it will get too cold and shut right off. So I always got to make these quick. Now the reason this works so well to film these snowflakes is because it's like using a microscope. We've got the lens on one side, and then the other side you've got light shining through, and it just illuminates what's in between. And if you didn't know, different snowflakes tend to come with different atmospheric conditions. So that means if there's a certain temperature, a certain amount of moisture up in the air, then it's going to produce a different shape of snowflake, which is pretty cool. And I recently learned through someone on Twitter that depending on what type of snowflake has been falling are responsible for how likely an avalanche is because they hold themselves together. Where'd he go? There he is. Oh, he's playing in the snow. I think he's digging for nuts or something. Yeah. Looks like lava. Alright guys, so it is midnight and Owen and I just made it back to Texas after our 2-week stay in South Dakota. So it was a lot of fun. I don't think a single flight for myself or any of my family members over the holidays was not delayed. The flight yesterday was even canceled. I should have been back in Texas yesterday, but it's all good. We made it back before school starts, so I'll be back at it again tomorrow, back to school. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this adventure vlog up in South Dakota. It was kind of a special one, but thanks for watching, you guys, and ta-ta!